an architect. I'm an Italian architect. I'm a principal and the founder of this company, Progetto CMR, that is a Milan-based integrated architectural firm established in 1994 to provide innovative design solutions for our life. We are the only Italian architectural firm in the top 100 in the world's largest architectural practice. Our headquarters are in Milan, but we have offices around the world, also in China and in India, trying to work together with our clients with different habits and cultural point of view. We are a member of Italian Green Building Council, and thanks to our integrated design approach, we try to create a sustainable project with innovative architectural language. We are specialized in the different areas of the architectural field, from interior design to building design and urban planning. Less ego, more eco is the title of my last publication, and it is the new motto or a logo we coined for a new sustainability. Less private interest, more eco-vision and common goal is the meaning, especially for us, for the architects. I mean, and this has been the philosophy that has inspired the entire process of designing the Garibaldi Business Center. Let me clarify and explain better how it was the site. Here you can see Garibaldi Business Center was built by the Italian State Railways between 1994 and 1992 to establish their own offices. It's composed by 2 towers, A and B, and most other low connected buildings for a total of 45,000 square meters of gross external area. The site is in north part of Milan, heart of intermodal hub, with high accessibility, served not only by the railway network, but also by underground lines, metropolitan railways, and several tramways. But these important buildings and the particular system of infrastructure have been a physical fracture in the urban fabric for years. Considered to be a known place, this area of Milan, between Garibaldi and Republic site, has separated 3 neighborhoods for over 30 years. So when Beni Stabili, our client, decided to buy Garibaldi's tower in 2004, so many years ago, they wanted to create a complete sustainable restyling of the building. Aldo Mazzocco, that is the general manager of Beni Stabili, called me to achieve the project, and he said, "Massimo, I have a dream. I want to offer to Milan a gift, a precious gift. I want to leave a mark to improve the skyline of Milan, since we design and build buildings people-friendly." So you want to design the first big green building in Milan? I told him, I asked him, and he said, yes, we must do that. So Mazzocco, talking about the Garibaldi's tower, said that it was necessary to provide a high level of services that allows us to achieve a double target, to raise the appeal to tenants and to increase property values. Different building that is able to meet their needs, always looking at the quality of services offered to the users. So it was necessary to rethink the building complex throughout new technological, advanced materials and techniques, introducing efficient, flexible, and operationally economical spaces. These actions would propel the towers upwards, creating a new symbol for the city, the first one from a green point of view. The complex is composed by different elements. 2 towers, 22,000 gross area, 22,000 square meters each of gross area. The design process took about 1 year, from 2007 up to 2008. We developed inside our company, we said that we are an integrated company. We have not only architects, but also engineers and experts on different items. The building development took about 2 years, from 2008 up to 2010. we call skyscrapers, but are tall buildings, maybe high-rise, middle or high-rise building, 100 meters the last floor, operating floor, and then the tip is 122. And we can host about 1,200 workstation people working there. The construction operation have been rather delicate because it was an existing complex built on the railways. Internally, it was necessary to disassemble all the plants, while the facade with aluminium windows and modular panels in glass fiber reinforced were completely removed. For this reason, dismantlement and disposal required about 120 days, with an average of about 100 workers on site per day. The urban area was very busy and congested by presence of different sites throughout the Garibaldi's area, in which there was and there is an intersection of rail, vehicular and pedestrian flows. So it was necessary an accurate and early planning of internal logistics. The building was also completely emptied. The only part preserved was the structural framework, made of steel, beams, and pillars, and a composed slab in corrugated steel and concrete, connected on the inner core of stairwells and elevators. The complete removal of facades with a building shell of high performance has led to considerable increase of overall weight of the tower, and in particular of the elevation. So it was necessary to design a structural reinforcement of the bases, pillars, and all plants. The entire complex upgraded in a stage involving 3 different buildings, starting from Tower B, completed in 2010, continuing with the Tower A, just finished, and concluding with the Volume C of the new construction being completed in a few months. From the architectural standpoint, the restyling is totally different from the original, while guaranteeing a very technological performance, as it is capable of mitigating the outdoor climate condition and reducing the thermal change of buildings equipment. The restyling features aim very important technical and environmental friendly solution. I would like to start talking about the main facades, which characterize from different point of view Tower B. These facades were designed as the facets of a diamond that create a different light effect by combining technological innovation, energy efficiency, and architectural aesthetics. The interactive cells of the principal elevation shimmer like jewels because of the light effects created at the 4 angles of slope, transforming these cells into dynamic elements. As for the client's dream, a precious gift, a precious stone like a diamond. This unusual and innovative facade, designed in team with Permastilisa, the most important facade supplier, was created by using a system based on independent and interactive cells and comprising layered external glazing and a ventilate cavity on an internal flap with entire inner window that can be opened only for the inspections. The rectangular cells include a load-bearing structure made of thermally cut aluminium profiling, supporting the variable cross-section external frame that guarantees the transparent facets. So each cell has a 4 inclination for the outer glass of the frame, which closes the internal flap. The transparent ceiling system is composed by about 1,260 modular elements, 1.5 and per 3 meters high from slab to slab, and they are supported by steel brackets welded to the edge beams. The interactive facade is made by precast designed elements installed for simple joint and fixed in a place from inside without scaffolds. So the interactive ventilation cells that make up these facades are an example of a new technical and architectural solution capable of using cost-free sunlight to heat the building's interiors whenever necessary, while the ventilation features avoid their overheating. 2 ventilators are installed at the top of each cell. In summer, these assist the convection currents working in the cavity and facilitate the expulsion of excess hot air. Sorry for my English, it's not my mother tongue, so I have some trouble. The 2 short building sites include the screening, glazing, and bioclimatic conservatories, as well as part of the clad with blank panels made of natural stone. On every floor along the southwestern facade, we introduce bioclimatic greenhouses, a natural ventilation system that acts as a thermal cushion, creating cooling in the summer and cumulative heat in winter, resulting in a reduction of energy consumption. This technology actually represents a modern application of an ancient concept, the thermal mass, that has been known and applied also during the ancient Roman period. For air conditioning, we designed a system that uses geothermic sources to produce energy, namely a heat pump that utilizes ground well water. It was necessary to achieve 4 gripping wells and 4 yield wells, which required holes of 65 meters depth, and they were placed in one of the few areas available northward of this building. So through this system, the entire complex has no localized CO2 emissions. To produce electricity, solar panels were installed along the southern facade, a photovoltaic facade which has a nominal output of about 50 kilowatts that integrates and supports the building's annual electricity consumption for common areas and also for the small cells ventilators. 80 square meters of solar panels are installed on the building's flat roof and set off a slope of 30 degrees south. By using the sun's thermal power, these units produce more than 50% of the building's hot water required. But on the roof, we installed other various elements, such as tanks for collection rainwater and the solar chimneys for the air extraction. Tanks collect the approximately 500 cubic meters of rainwater that falls on the 500 square meters roof every year, providing about 15% of the water used to flush the building's toilets. Remaining 85% of this water comes from local artisanal wells, so that the drinking water is only used for the wash basins. Instead, the solar chimneys helps extract air from the toilets, reducing the consumption of electricity used for extractor fans. So here you can see some of the technical characteristics of this building. No CO2 emission. It's important, about 260 photovoltaic panels. And the most important element that the annual management cost of this building is less than 15 euro per square meter. The previous one was more than 100 euros per square meter. So the mission we had to achieve was not easy, but I think we succeed. We transformed a technologically obsolete and updated building of the 80s in the new sustainable building within a total redevelopment of the area, linking together between Porta Nuova area and Isola district and providing a driving force for an important regeneration of this part of Milan. You know, Milan is in recent years a city of a great building transformation and urban redevelopment, aiming to create a more modern and sustainable city open on the future. Thanks to the integrated approach to this project, that is the cooperation of architectural, mechanical, electrical and structural engineers services, we were able, with the other experts involved, to satisfy the original objectives of our clients. We believe that integrated design, teamwork, a sustainable approach, proper compliance with the users' need and respect the environmental resources are the way that contemporary architecture must take to be sustainable and to head towards the future. For this reason, thinking on Milan's new forward-looking spirit, the entire complex of Garibaldi Business Center is one of the most important examples of applying teamwork to obtain good results. A team composed not only by architects and engineers, but also by the developer, the investor, the municipality, and also the final user, that is the most important part of the process. So my design principle is to place man, the final user, at the center of our architectural process, developing solutions that are not only aesthetically pleasing, but also functional and, above all, sustainable, in order to satisfy the real user's needs. Thanks to our design approach from inside going out and the creation of a new layout plan for more flexible, functional, and efficient, Maire Technimont decided to rent the entire complex, and for this reason, Progetto CMR designed also the workspaces. The design of the place of the office habitat affects the life and the activity of workers. If the work environment is seen as a conflict artifact, productivity will suffer. Now it is necessary to invest in relation-friendly design and transform physical space into a specifically designed to fulfill the needs and the dream of the people working in it. Some simple lines to explain the project. We use movable glass partition, efficient and functional furnishing, new light fittings, strengthening the quality of the new workplaces. Space diversification with open area, enclosed office, private rooms, and formal spaces for meetings and for relax, etc., are the result of this cooperation. Environmental sustainability has been defined as the ability to guarantee reduced consumption of limited natural resources with a view to preserving them for future generations. Throughout the use of innovative technologies that utilize sun, water, earth, and wind for energy production, Garibaldi Business Center achieved the goal of reducing energy consumption and pollution, and therefore can be considered a valuable green project, the first of this kind in Italy. With Beni Stabili at the beginning and Maire Technimont then, we, as a Progetto CMR, contemporarily transform and update building in a new sustainable tower, which is recognizable in the Milan skyline. Finally, we collect some comments on the internet. You can find a lot of comments. There are more than 3,000 pictures about this project, where the common people explain their ideas on the building and their suggestions, especially the people that worked inside the building for a long time, that had terrible memories about the situation inside. And I think could be interesting also having this aspect. The last one was interesting. The people wrote, "Whoa, when the sky is overcast, you can see the special effect of the light. On the sunny day will be even more impressive effect." So we are very proud that we succeed in realizing the dream of Mr. Mazzocco, because after all, in the words of Thomas Edison, the value of an idea lies in putting it into practice. So now let me introduce our client, Gianni Bardazzi, that is the Vice President Strategic Marketing and Communication for the Maire Technimont.
Thank you, Massimo, and good day to everybody. Special thanks to the Tall Building Council to give us the opportunity to speak about this project. I think that it's important for me to stress some features, some characteristics of our company that influence in a very important way the decision to concentrate a lot of offices that we had a couple of years ago in the northwest part of Italy into the new headquarters in Milan. We are a leading group in engineering, construction, technology and licensing and energy and venture. Our main focus is on plant industry for hydrocarbons, oil and gas, petrochemical, fertilizer, along with power generation infrastructure. We used to carry out a flexible business model, try to offer to our clients our advanced skills in licensing, engineering, with the different models of to approach the project. I mean, throughout EP, engineering procurement, or EPC, engineering procurement and construction. We had a lot of significant track record in a really complex project on several bases of approach. One of them is the lump sum Turkey. Our philosophy is try to approach the site with a safety culture and zero incident target. We think that this is really, really important. As you can see, we are about 5,300 people around the world, half of whom are employed outside Italy. We have here are represented mainly the engineering center that we have in the world. So Milan, for sure, is the most important, is the hub of our resources. Salzgitter in Germany, Sittard in Netherlands, Paris, Rome, Sao Paulo de Brazil, Mumbai, where we have 2,000 engineers that we employ them, especially in detailed design for all our projects. Of course, are represented also some of our subsidiaries, branches, and representative office. Our history, that is important for the choice of the new each quarter, it became in a certain way famous in Italy recently. In 2004, we acquired the Fiat Engineering, and in 2005, Technimont. Both of these companies were the Technimont arms of two important groups, Fiat Car Group and Montedison Group. As Technimont arms, I mean they were the engineering companies of the group. We merged together. We listed in 2007 on the Italian Stock Exchange, and we started from 2007 to 2010 with a dramatic growth, acquiring new companies. So in 2009 we acquired Stamicarbon, that is a leader in the market share for licensing urea fertilizer plant. And in 2010 the Technip KTI, now Technimont KT. I stress this fact because, of course, in 2010 we decided, 2009 we decided that was the time to concentrate our, capabilities in a big pole. So Massimo mentioned the dream of Aldo Mazzocco. I received another, instruction, in this case, not a dream. My main shareholder told me we must concentrate all our people, or we have to try to concentrate all our people in a unique pool, because as a manager of a company, we have to save cost and try to be more efficient. So we started with a very long phase to scout the several possibilities in Milan. Of course, on that time we had about 1,200 people in Milan, and we decided to concentrate the rest of the people in Milan, closing the offices of Turin, Bergamo, Florence, and other two external offices of Milan itself. We decided to rent the project that Massimo showed very well. And in the, of course, final stage of designing of Torre A and Complex C, and also to manage, the internal furniture of the Torre B, of course, there was a very nice and fruitful, a cooperation with the Massimo Roj architects team. As I told, we grew dramatically with this M&A operation. Of course, we improve effective competency integration and cross-fertilization among business units, centralizing the Italian engineering activities in a unique headquarters. We also guarantee the most efficient and comfortable working environment for our employees, in line with the same strategy that we just already implement in other offices abroad, such as French, India, Russia, and Saudi Arabia. For us, the complex was strategically located because it was and is close to both the main urban and regional transport networks. It's one of the Milan's most emblematic buildings in sustainable eco-design. And the new area Garibaldi Repubblica, are after 30 years more or less of sleeping phase, now is embarked to be the city's new hub of creativity and design, thanks to an important requalification project still under realization. We can see here in the central picture. So not only the Garibaldi complex, but other important. And I used to say that it's becoming the financial district of this town. So as you see, here we have the percentage of our people. It was also important to understand where the people of our company is living. So the 70% more or less is living the north side of Milan, where the towers are located. So it was very important also to facilitate, the moving, that, after 35 years was, in a certain way, a shock for some of our employees. Of course, we are in between of the two main Milan airports. As Massimo showed before, we are linked to the underground, and we have a direct access from the station that now is also reached by the high-speed railways. Concerning the main scheme of the tower, in Tower B that is completed, we have management and staff, so more or less 900 people. In Tower A will be allocated in the next February 2013 the so-called task forces. Our way to proceed means that generally clients ask us to have some spaces to join us and to work together to complete our project. So in this case, also the management to have to manage the project with Massimo Roj and his team was important, to have the much as possible flexibility to adapt the several requirements of our clients. Finally, the building C that is in the final stage of construction will be for us the public agora. We mean that in the 2,000 square meters of the main entrance on the ground floor, we will have a sort of square open also to external people. It could be for us very important to give a sort of wellness to our people. On the top floor of this building, we would like to dedicate it to the group industrial archive, because as I mentioned, we have a very long history. So we would like to collect a wide number of engineering project design signed by the best Italian engineers and architects, starting since 30 years. Massimo mentioned some of the requirements, some of the guidelines that guided our joint team to have a very comfortable spaces for our people, for our clients, with a lot of possibility, flexibility, harmony. Honestly speaking, we think that it was very important after a lot of years that our people was based in an old building to give them a very well-being office. I mentioned our places abroad, so continuing with this kind of strategy, the Milan headquarters could be also a way to represent our brand identity. to foster the team value and group ethics, encouraging all our people to be part of the growth process. Of course, leveraging on co-responsibility and participation to strengthen the sharing of values and goals between employees and the management, to improve the sense of belonging to the group for employees working in the other offices around the world, because for us it's very important to maintain the network between all these people in a very smart and clever way. And finally, to facilitate the dissemination of the shared corporate culture. And, you know, we think, just to conclude, that our people in an engineering company is the main asset of the company. And so we think that with this kind of project, in a certain way, we support them to be part of a big group. Thank you.